Ciao a tutti e benvenuti a questa nuova pillola di Book2Me. Io sono sempre Valentino di Book2Me e oggi proviamo a fare un'intervista in inglese, quindi perdonatemi ma dobbiamo cambiare lingua perché il nostro ospite di oggi è Liz Moore. Ciao Liz.
Ciao, come stai?
Tutto bene, tutto bene. Actually, how is your stay in Italy? Because you are here to present your new book, let's show to everybody, Il Dio dei Boschi. And how is the English title?
The God of the Woods in inglese.
I could not say better because my English is quite. So, how was your second time, I think, in Italy, or third time also?
Yeah, it's good. This is my second tour in Italy. I did live in Italy about a decade ago in Rome,
So you
it's
are
nice to be back.
you're almost Italian, also more Italian than me, maybe.
No.
Who knows?
Parlo un po' di italiano, ma preferisco fare interviste in inglese perché
Perfect. No,
non sono molto brava, quindi.
no, we understand everything. It's quite very good. So let's see, who is this god of wood?
The literal explanation is the god of the woods is Pan, who is a Greek god, and the etymology of the word panic actually comes from his name, from Pan. But in the book, I think the phrase can apply to a lot of different characters, including this very wealthy dynastic American family called the Van Laars, who are at the center of the book. They send their 13-year-old daughter to the summer camp that they founded, and she quickly disappears from the camp. And so I think the Van Laars also kind of see themselves as the gods of the woods. There's a few other applications as well, but they might be spoilers, so I'll stop.
So don't say too much about the book.
I won't.
And you spoke about a family that is maybe the master of the center of the book. Which is the relationship about this family inside them?
Talk a little about the relationships.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are parents, Peter Van Laar and Alice Van Laar, and they are not great parents to their daughter, Barbara Van Laar. She's very rebellious, she's very alternative, she dresses like a punk, and they don't know what to do with her because they're a very conservative, traditional family who don't approve of the clothes she wears, don't approve of how she acts. And so partly their decision to allow her to go to the camp is to just have some space from each other, like during the summer. But the problem is that she's not the first child of theirs to have disappeared because 14 years earlier, their son also disappeared from the same land, although not from the camp. And so she has been living Barbara has been living in the shadow of her disappeared brother for her entire life. And it's a really strange relationship for that reason.
If I remember well, the book is based in the 70s.
Yeah.
Why? And why decided to go back to the 70s and not to the nowadays?
I think there were two reasons. One is that I wanted the characters to all have a memory of the formation of the Adirondack Park itself, which was a decision that the government of the state of New York came to in order to preserve the land and to keep it very beautiful. The problem is that in doing so, they put a lot of working class people out of work because the logging industry was very, very big in the 70s there. I mean, I'm sorry, in the 1800s, in the 1800s there. And so there's a lot of class tension between the working class people in the Adirondacks and the wealthy people who kind of use it as a summer playground. And I wanted that memory to be very present even in the 1970s. And the other reason I said it in the 1970s is because there were a lot of huge social movements occurring in the US and actually around the world in the 70s. The women's rights movement, the civil rights movement. And I liked the tension between this very rural place where those movements, they really hadn't reached it yet. And in places like New York City, just 4 hours south, those movements were really fully underway. So sort of that tension was interesting to me.
No, it's nice because this book's about the 70s, but in my mind it came also nowadays. There are some tensions that are coming back, and it's like something like cyclical.
Unfortunately, yeah, the book does feel timely in a lot of ways in the US, but also in Italy. There are themes of women being kind of held back by the patriarchy. There are themes of violence against women. There are also themes, though, of women kind of like rising up to take back their power in certain ways, which were satisfying to write. And then, of course, class tension, I think, has never felt more timely. I think the government is moving in the direction of plutocracy, which is very, very problematic. And it's definitely a theme that occurs in the book.
If I remember well, you started your career not just like a writer, but also like a songwriter.
Yeah.
Can I ask, which is the difference to write the words, to write a song, and to write a book, in the sense that how is the space between words, if we can say that, when you write a poem? Because I think that in a song, the space between words sometimes is larger, even if the song is smaller than a book.
Yeah, writing a song is definitely faster than writing a book, for one thing. I don't know, a song is more like a poem. There's a lot of attention on every phrase. It has to have a very certain rhythm. Writing a book, I pay attention to every line, but over the course of a book that's in Italian, more than 500 pages long.
I'll show what's more.
Yeah, it's grande,
It's grande.
enorme.
But easy to read.
But easy to read.
Easy to read, yes.
Yeah. I think it's as much about the story as it is about the particular lines.
And maybe, but just it's my idea, but maybe I'm wrong, maybe the song is a bit more personal and the book is a bit more like you can fly with the fantasy, or?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, you can definitely find parts of myself in that, but it is fiction, so
Yeah.
it's all...
Maybe in the rebellion girl that wants to dress like she wants.
No, it's the
No?
other girl.
Okay.
The other young girl in the book is the one that I relate to, whose name is Tracy. And if you read the book, you can figure out why.
And we can know you better if you read the book about Tracy.
Yeah.
So thanks for your time.
Thank you.
And thank you to the bookshop Verso, where we are and where people can find your book that you are just signing. And have a nice reading. Once again, Il Dio dei Boschi, NNE editore. Thank you for your time. Grazie.
Spero che vi piaccia.
And we maybe we will meet in the US.
Great. Let's do it.
Ciao ciao.